Hey, Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh, Shem Yahushua, Bashem Chakudash, the laws of the apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you brothers in the highways and byways, doing the work sincerely and faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, but finding a number to be delivered. All right, but until then, we're going to keep doing as commanded to push this word and prophesy the downfall of this kingdom and many others around it, and those who will join hand in hand with it. All right, so I'm going to highlight this brother here. His name is Donnell, and don't know the brother at all. Never seen any of his videos. Never been to his channel before. But what struck me was the title that he entitled his video, and it says "Northeast U.S. Mushroom Cloud." All right, and whenever we see anything like that, the antennas go up, and we automatically think of nuclear missiles. Just when you see that word "mushroom cloud," all right. And again, I don't know this brother, but he has a beard on his face. He's going to use certain terms like the Most High, and he's rolling in the spirit. So chances are he probably watched some videos from brothers, throughout his time, and the Lord has bestowed this man to have dreams and different type of visions. And now we're not ones to really put dreams in our pockets and hold on to them, but whenever a man is prophesying about the downfall, or having visions, I should say, about the fall of America and the destruction of America, I'm going to give ear. And likewise, the majority of you brothers out there, when you hear these things, you gravitate towards it. Because again, when one starts speaking about the visions, all of a sudden the scriptures start popping in your head. All right. So I'm gonna listen, so I listened to what the brother had to say, and I found that he was sincere. I found he was sincere, and this is why I believe it was noteworthy to do a quick lesson on it concerning the visions that he had. And as according to what he said, it's a recurring dream that he keeps having. All right. And he titled it Northeast U.S. Mushroom Cloud. All right. So I'm gonna play the video, and Lord willing, get a couple scriptures, and we'll close it out on that. All right, let me play this real quick.
Hey, what up, y'all? A lot of y'all not gonna remember me because on a certain app, I went from about 150,000 followers to 0 for telling y'all stuff like what I'm about to tell y'all. I walk in the spirit a lot, man, but I do it with the Most High, you feel me? I give a lot of predictions. I'm gonna give y'all my YouTube info too, so y'all can catch up on my vision, so y'all can see the stuff that I done told people about. But I gotta tell y'all this one, man, because I keep having this vision over and over and over until I say something, man. And I've been kind of refusing to post since they done that to me, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to, it's hard to take losing that many people that's in touch with you, you know what I'm saying? So, but the Most High been on me, man, ever since the start of this year. And I gotta tell y'all this vision I keep having, man, from the Most High, man, walking in spirit, man. The United States, bro, is about to get hit with a nuclear blast, bro. I don't know if this is a nuclear warhead or asteroid, but I gotta tell y'all what I'm seeing, man. And I gotta give it to y'all just like I'm seeing, man. I see the United States blast off like a warning warhead. It was just a warning type thing. And I see another country respond with a actual warhead. Do y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? The United States pops off theirs, from what I saw, flying across the sky this way, and another country shoots one back in the opposite direction. So they look like they may be a country in the east. You know what I'm saying? They're a country in the east. But from what I've seen in the vision, people not even sure. But as it's coming across, it's making this screeching noise, like a horrible screeching noise as it comes across the sky. And I'm not sure which country it is. I say Russia because Russia has most of their missiles and things like that. They have this device attached to them that makes them whistle, like you see in the cartoons and stuff, and it induces panic. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, in the vision, I'm standing on what has to be the East Coast. And y'all excuse this part, but this is just my subconscious way of telling me where we are. In this vision, I saw Mark Wahlberg, and he was trying to save people. But I know that's not meant for Mark Wahlberg, but that's my brain. That's the universe's way of telling me this is Boston, because to me, he symbolizes Boston. So what I'm telling you is this nuclear warhead is going to make impact somewhere off the coast of New York City, Boston area. Do y'all understand? And it's going to cause a wave, a tidal wave, to go completely down the East Coast. Is going to make it to Georgia. Do y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? So I just need y'all to understand. And y'all excuse me if I seem a little off in my vibration off. It's because I ain't been on TT in a long time, man, since certain group tactics got things taken away. Y'all understand what I'm telling y'all? So I got to give this to y'all because the Most High been coming to me repeatedly since the New Year's with the exact same vision until I tell you guys what I saw, man. So I can even tell y'all that this is this year. So y'all keep y'all heads up.
All right. So there it is. And again, I don't know the man, but he seemed to be sincere in what he was saying. But is it far off? Absolutely not. All right. This is what we hope for. This is probably the destruction of Babylon the Great. The destruction of Babylon is probably one of the most important scriptures or prophecies that we can talk about. All right. Because this destruction is going to end wickedness. All right. For the most part. When we get back on the other side, we're going to have to clean up some loose ends over there. But pretty much the seed of wickedness is going to be gone, man. All right. So I'm always willing to give an ear to a man who's dreaming about the destruction of America and Babylon. All right. So let's get some scriptures out. This is Joel 2:28. It says, "And it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy. Your old men shall dream dreams. Your young men shall see visions." All right. So, for one to have to be in the truth, for the Lord to give him a vision or a dream, not true. You're going to have average everyday people, but again, we see them as average everyday people, but the spirit inside these men are probably a spirit of good character, if you will. All right. And they may not be on the highways and byways. They may not have a sit down show, but the Lord still chose these vessels, to speak his words. All right. And the worst thing about these individuals who have these dreams that are outside this truth of ours, I believe they get plagued a little heavier than most, because the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai gave us the ability to have that foundation of understanding when it comes to visions and dreams and destruction, such as what these people see in their visions and their dreams. But they can't understand it. They can't figure it out. And they don't know why it's happening unto them. All right. And some people, it'll cause a person to fall into depression. Some people may want to, some people think about taking their own life because the dreams are so heavy and they're so vivid that they can't sleep at night. They don't want to go back to sleep for fear they may enter into another, dream state. All right. So this is what the Lord is doing, man. And you can't sit there and deny or say, "Nah, Lord, I'm not going to do it." This is what the book of Jonah was all about. All right? The book of Jonah wasn't about Nineveh being delivered. All right? The book of Jonah was about Jonah, being disobedient to the Most High, and the Lord plagued him and followed him, and the Lord knew exactly what Jonah's thoughts were. Jonah didn't want to prophesy because he said if it doesn't come to pass, he's going to look foolish. So the Lord knew that Jonah felt that way. And what did the Lord do? The Lord made it come to pass that he didn't destroy the place right away. But all that being said, you can't choose whether or not the Lord's going to select you to have a dream or a vision. You can't do that. All right? We all at the mercy of the Lord. We're all the Lord's vessels, if you will. All right, continuing on. Let's go to Jeremiah 50 in verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country." All right? We understand and know that the north country is Russia. They're going to ultimately be leading that charge when it comes to the destruction of Babylon the Great. And in his dream, he said he saw America shoot a missile, like a warning type, like back off type missile. But then he said the other country shot the real deal. And then they kind of went back and forth. All right. But we read and understand about this north country, about Gog and Magog. We understand, and ultimately they're going to take the reins. All right. And it says, "And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence shall she be taken. Their arrow shall be as a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain." All right. So when those missiles start to get shot, in not this brother, but many of brothers been having visions of seeing those missiles come from one end of the earth into the other. All right. But the beauty of what this verse is saying like a mighty expert man. You ever see those shows, those archery shows, and they'll fucking split an apple right smack dab down the center? That's a mighty expert man. Okay? When he's probably about, 60 yards out, 70 yards out with that bow and arrow, and he pull that bow back, and he release that arrow, and that shit go right smack down the middle. That's an expert man. And this is how them thermonuclear missiles are going to get shot over here. The precision is going to be precise. Okay? The coordinates are going to be matter of fact. Because this is all controlled by the hand of the Lord. The Lord is great in power and great indeed. So when them missiles finally get shot over here, you best believe it's by the hand of Yahweh Shai. Okay? And again, it says, none shall return in vain. Once they get shot, once they come out them silos, there's no turning back, man. There's no turning back. Okay? Continuing on. And again, in no particular order did I bring these scriptures out. As he was speaking, I was thinking, and these are the ones I came up with. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 13. Matter of fact, let me start at 12. I'll start at 11. It says, "The Lord shall threaten, and who shall be utterly beaten to powder at his presence? The earth quaketh in the foundation thereof." It says, "The sea rises up with waves from the deep." Now, didn't he mention that in his dream? He said that the water rose so high, it went down all the way down to Georgia. Now, again, this could be a scenario of a pocket nuke. All right. We know Esau has always played around with that idea of a pocket nuke being, detonated inside of some kind of sporting arena. They show you that in their movies. All right. But all in all, whether it be a pocket nuke or a full-fledged, bombardment of ICBM missiles, you know, no matter how you slice this place is going down. Okay. And it says, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also before the Lord and before the glory of his power. 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Okay? And how are they shot? They're shot by that mighty expertman. The Lord of hosts is his name, if you will. Okay? These are the sorrows, these are the end times that we're coming into. Now, do we know for sure it's going to be 2014? We don't. Do we hope and pray it's 2014? By all means, absolutely. But this is the Lord's time, and our job is to continue to prophesy. All right? We all have marching orders, if you will. Our job is to go out and prophesy the downfall. We ain't gonna sit there and try to get out an almanac and try to figure out the sun, moon, and the stars, and get down to the exact date on when these things are gonna happen, because this is what people want. People want to hear from us the day it's gonna happen, because they're in such disbelief about the prophecies that we speak through the Spirit of the Lord. They're in disbelief, and they want exact dates and times and seasons. We ain't going to give you all that. But what we are going to give you is the prophecy that is going to happen. You see? That's why the scripture says, don't let the incredulity of them trouble thee. You got a lot of non-believers out there, man. And to speak these words that we're speaking with such conviction, these people have to be trembling inside. They have to be. Because no matter what happens, when people come up to you, whether you're at the camp or whether you're just having conversation, and the things that you speak, all right, and we speak through the Spirit, the things that we say, they resonate in people's ears and in their minds, whether they want to receive it and believe it or not, it resonates. And when they go home, they click on the news or look at a newspaper, they'll hear a conversation about the very same thing we was prophesying about. And it starts to haunt them. All right? Right? This word, as it is written, is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword. This is why we say, let the Most High be true and every man a liar. We speak the word of the Lord. That's what we speak. All right? Again, for strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. What is that talking about, man? That is plain as day. All right? And again, forgive me, some things just aren't so plain to the foolish. Okay? 15, for the fire is kindled, and who shall put it out? Let me read that again. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Okay? Likewise, like as a mighty arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. All right? So this is what's going to be the end result of what we know as America today. This is going to be the end result right here. And you scoffers and scorners, you can laugh, you can smirk and murmur and giggle and point fingers and make parodies. You can do all that. But just know, your time is short. Okay? Your time is short. And the Lord's going to start turning that damn heat up. All right? He's going to turn that heat up. And I can guarantee you, the majority of you people who don't believe, who talk shit, you're going to be silent. 17. Woe is me. Woe is me. Who shall deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Okay? Ezra is breaking it down, man. Ezra is breaking it down. He saw these things. The Lord took him away in the spirit and he saw these things. Okay? So if you profess yourself to be a believer in the word of the Lord, then how can you scoff and scorn at the men whom the Lord has set up to be servants, who are speaking the very same thing which you say you believe? Now it boils down to a matter of interpretation, right? Well, it's not really too hard to understand when the Lord said these arrows are going to be shot from one end of the earth until the other. That's not too hard to understand. Okay? When it says the fire shall consume the foundations of the earth, that's not too hard to understand. Okay? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, that's not too hard to understand. You don't need no secret decoder to figure this out, man. You know, you used to have the box of cereal, and then the box of cereal in the little package, in deep down the box of cereal had that decoder. You turn the box over, and you can see like how it makes it brings the words out of the obscurity. You don't need that. All right. This is crystal clear, man. All right, let's continue on. This is Joel 2 and 3. It says, a fire devoureth before them. And what are we talking about? Again, those nuclear missiles. All right? There's no need to try to, go in circles. Well, wait a minute, I could be talking about this, that. No. Joel's describing them thermonuclear missiles. Okay? And how the mechanics of the missile works. He's breaking it down. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. How can he break this down unless he saw it? He was seeing this thing. He was watching this thing. Okay? The land is as the Garden of Eden before them. Meaning what? Before it came down to ground zero with that precision shot by the mighty expert man, before it came down, everything looked beautiful. You see? And it says, and behind them, a desolate wilderness. So after they hit ground zero, shot by that mighty expert man, everything was consumed with that radiation and fire. Okay? That's why it says, and behind them, a desolate wilderness. Yea, nothing shall escape them. Who's it? Hey, you can say whatever you want to say. It don't matter to us. We don't give a shit if you believe or not. All right? These thermonuclear missiles are going to be shot with Russia leading the charge, in any other country, or I should say any other great nation of that great assembly of nations that has that nuclear missile, they're going to shoot them. And they're going to reach their destination, and they're going to hit their target. But before they do, Lord willing, the Lord delivers us up. Why? So we can see the fall of our enemy. That's the ending of a beautiful story. Okay? And as it is written, and nothing shall escape them. The amount of missiles that's going to hit America, and the amount of the fire and heat, fire and brimstone that's going to burn, as it is written, it says things are going to melt with fervent heat. That's what those nuclear missiles are going to do. They're going to melt things. All right. Isaiah 34. Isaiah 34, because he entitled his that dream he had, the scroll, mushroom cloud. He entitled the mushroom cloud. It says in Isaiah 34:4, it says, "And all the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as a leaf that falleth from the vine, as a falling fig from the fig tree." Right? Again, when the missiles hit that ground zero, you're going to see that mushroom cloud. Okay? As he described it in his own vision, his dream, a mushroom cloud. And it's going to look just like that. Why is it called a mushroom cloud? Because it's shaped just like a mushroom. You know how the mushroom has that umbrella top? When the missiles hit that ground, and that ground zero point, that zero location, that smoke and that energy brings that smoke up into that cloud formation, stems up like a tree trunk, and then umbrellas out. That's what you're gonna see. All right. But you ain't gonna. It's gonna be millions of them. America's going to suffer a horrible death, man. A horrible death. And there's goddamn nobody can put it out, and nobody's gonna stop it. Nobody's gonna stop it. All right. So with that, I'm gonna end it there. And again, like I said, I don't know this brother, but I found that he was sincere, and I found that his vision, his dream was worthy to repost and put it in lesson form. All right. So Lord willing, I'll see y'all brothers in another one. I say shalom.